Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog in HD with me, Daniel Parker, and this guy sitting next to me. He is the legend, wait for it, Derry, NJ, what's up? I had to get that out, I'll make another reference in there, NJ, it's an awesome show. Alright then, today we're going to be coming at you with our Extreme Rules preview, where we're going to be giving our predictions and thoughts on the matches. You can subscribe to us up above, of course, like the video, and put your comments down below. We love to see your comments, don't we? We love to see the comments.
We do.
NJ, where can these lovely people contact us?
You can contact us by clicking the links in the description box below.
Of course, NJ. Now, before we go on to the matches themselves in this video, with this whole draft thing going on before Extreme Rules, how do you think this is going to affect the pay-per-view itself?
Well, the bad thing about the draft has made some of these matches predictable, which is I think is disappointing, because I was liking the thought, oh, who could win this, but some of the matches just became a bit obvious for us now. They have, and the draft is kind of
we've had a draft, and now we've had a Raw and a SmackDown with the draft, and it just seems to have mixed things up a little bit at the wrong time. I think it should have happened after Extreme Rules, but that's just my opinion.
But it would have made sense, but at the same time, I'm saying with this, it's made, again, the bad side make it predictable, but at the same time, it's made the matches, like you're saying, right, who's going to win this match and why? Yeah. It's kind of made a story behind each match.
It's predictable, but also kind of unpredictable in a silly way.
In some matches, yeah.
The one problem with the draft was that we had 2 mid-card titles on SmackDown. Now, we've heard news there's going to be a match between Sheamus and Kofi Kingston for the US title, and if this does happen, I expect Kofi to win it, as Raw need a mid-card title.
Which is sad, because I think Sheamus needs to continue, because it's not been that long since he actually got out of that King of the Ring curse thing.
Yeah.
So I think he needs a bit more wins. But it's a bit sad that he's got to lose the title to Cody.
So Sheamus is going to get buried if he loses to Kofi Kingston, but at the same time he's had a big impact on SmackDown, and he could possibly be the next big heel on there if he wants to be.
I think it could. That'd be great for Sheamus if he comes the main event on SmackDown. It's
just a shame they didn't build him right previously to that, else they could have just done it straight away.
That would have been better.
But anyway, that's the possible US title match that we're going to be getting. Not set in stone yet, but if it's possible, expect Cody to win, of course.
Yeah, which is sad.
Right.
Yeah.
The first match which we're going to be talking about is the match which was made on this week's edition of SmackDown. We have McCool versus Layla in a no DQ match, and which the loser will leave WWE. And before we go into this match, we just want to make you aware of, we put out some questions on our Facebook, seeing who people thought would win the matches, and NJ is going to give the results for this match. How many people voted for the match? Who the British Universe thinks is going to win? British Fish Universe thinks is going to win, of course.
That's true. And we have McCool with 5. And we have Layla with 2.
Now, to be honest, Layla's British, so people, you should be getting behind her. She is British at heart. Get behind Layla, because we are.
The thing is, we all know McCool is a stronger diva, and Layla is the one that deserves better, because she was trapped in Cool, and she should have more time to shine, more time to show that she can survive on her own.
She has shown that she can be a very capable wrestler, and I think she'd probably do it on her own. But the problem I have at the moment is the stipulation just sucks.
It did.
I didn't like hearing that stipulation at all.
No, on SmackDown, Michelle should let Layla go and have that match.
Yeah. Well, what I think is going to happen is we're going to have Layla. We're going to have Layla probably lose the match to McCool, as we predict. And then she's probably going to get fired, but appear on Raw. I think that's probably what's going to happen. We've seen that happen a lot with people, like Dolph Ziggler, and John Cena.
That would be great. It's too early to lose Layla. She's so young, and she can become a really good diva.
Yeah. So for us, McCool. Although we don't like it, and we don't want Layla to leave. Should we have a moment for Layla?
Yeah.
That's our moment. Unless you want more moment.
Done.
Shall I continue on to the next match?
Let's go.
Alright then. So the next match we're going to talk about, because we're going in a kind of order of importance for us, seeing as there's no set match card yet. We have Jerry Lawler and good old Jim Ross versus Michael Cole and the newly invigorated Jack Swagger, who's now on Raw, in a country whipping match. Stupid match, but NJ, give the results of our Facebook questions.
Okay, we have Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross with, wait for it, 9!
Oh, God, that's a lot of votes.
And Cole and Jack Swagger with 0.
Yes, it really just goes to show how much of a good job Michael Cole is doing, that no one will vote for him on our Facebook questions.
No, he's done great with all this hatred and all these attacks, but I think, to be honest, if Sadly, I don't think they can end the rivalry, but we are thinking that Lawler and JR are going to win.
We do. I mean, the thing is, we've seen a constant tirade of Michael Cole and Swagger, so why not see pay-per-view, see Lawler kick his ass? I mean, it's probably the one thing we wanted to see, just like how I want to see Vince McMahon get his ass kicked or someone like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And if they do continue with, if let's say they do go down the route of having Cole win, I think when it comes to Raw, he'll be like, I won. I don't think he won't announce another match. I don't think King will. He'll probably boast about it, but I don't think he'll make a match. But if Lawler ends up winning, yeah, I can see Cole wanting to have a rematch again.
The thing is, I can see this match disappointing me a little bit because we've seen the build-up, we've seen how good the build-up was to WrestleMania, and the match itself just sucked. It was probably, well, it wasn't as bad as the Bret Hart Vince match, but it was still bad. And I kind of get this feeling that even though they're building up the match well, that you know, with JR in there and stuff, the wrestling is just going to suck, and it's not going to really appeal to people like us.
No, and we've seen enough of Cole and Lawler. Yeah. We've seen enough. They've had their matches. They've had their in-ring time together. Yeah. You've seen that they both, like, if it was a scoring board, maybe about level. I think it's just about finish now. Just stop.
Hopefully they won't ruin Jack Swagger too much. But
no, talk about the Swagger. Maybe with this, it's going to make Swagger look somewhat decent because he's getting all this, as we said, heat from Cole.
Definitely.
And I'm saying now, let's say if he loses, he could turn on Cole and just say, "I've had enough of you shouting at me. I'm going to go out on my own." That could happen, but it's not really going to do much for Swagger. Swagger needs to be with Cole for a bit longer to get more of his push and more of his build-up.
Yeah. If he turns on, let's face it, if he turns on Michael Cole, it'll be one of the biggest face turns of the WWE this year.
Yeah, which I think Swagger could build on that and become a good face. But if he doesn't, then he's just going to get more of a heel, which is what he needs, I think.
Definitely needs that. No, he could never have got that when he was heavyweight champion. So
no, so
he's getting it now. Use it.
Yeah, we'll have to see which way WWE go at Extreme Rules.
You know, I really want this rivalry to end, if I'm honest.
Which I think it will.
I just want to go back to commentating or make Michael Cole a manager. Just decide what you want to do.
Yeah, I think it could happen. I don't think they'll keep going for much longer. There's not much they could do with these four now.
Right then. So we've had a lot to say about that match. More than we thought we'd get. Anyway,
yeah, that's true.
We'll go on to the next match now, which you know, I'm kind of looking forward to in a very strange way. Is the match between Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio. Now, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, as it was announced on SmackDown last week. What are the Facebook question results, NJ?
Rose. Oh, hang on, it's a draw.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
3-3,
3-3, isn't it? I mean, that's pretty much, to be honest. The British vs. Universe really voted pretty much what we feel. We're not sure who's going to win. We've got reasons for Rey winning. We've got reasons for Cody winning. You know, one reason which Rey would win is because if he wins, it'll end the rivalry. But at the same time, with Cody Rhodes, as you believe, needs it a lot more.
Yeah, because I see Cody being one of the ones to maybe watch out for.
Yeah.
I think he could quite easily, actually, if he gets rid of all his, in my opinion, this mask.
Basically,
shit,
that mask.
Get rid of that. I think he'd become a strong one to watch out for heel in the WWE on SmackDown.
And let's face it, at the moment, with this whole draft thing, we don't have too many big heels on SmackDown. I mean, we have Sheamus and Wade Barrett, but they haven't been built anywhere near enough to what they should be. So maybe if they build Cody right by having him win this match, they can, you know, build him up as a top heel on SmackDown if they're going to go that route.
I think that'd be good because he's been showing a lot of mic skills. Yeah. He's been showing lots of heel stuff on SmackDown by attacking Rey. Exactly. Why not?
I think they should do it anyway.
Would be good.
But yeah, so my immediate prediction is Rey, although I'd like Cody. I don't know about you.
When I look at this match, we see Rey, who's good at winning matches.
Of course, he's the underdog.
And then we have Cody, who's still on the build-up of winning, becoming a character in the WWE. So I'm saying it's going to be a Rey win. Okay,
so it's 2-0, basically, to Rey. So that makes it 5-3 on the scores, so Rey wins.
Yeah, really.
Alright then. So the next match we have is Mr. Boring Orton versus Mr. Awesome Punk. Is that good enough names for you for that match?
Awesome. Punk is awesome.
Yeah. And this is a last man standing match. And NJ, can you please give the results of our British Fist Facebook questions because I love this one.
Okay, I'll start with the lowest result and work to the top. Orton, 2.
I mean, why would people go for Orton? We all know.
Well, we all know he'll win, so maybe his results should be a bit higher. But next one is Punk with only 3.
Yeah, and should we move on from that? Oh, there's another one, isn't there?
Yeah.
We had another option up there which people could vote for. What was that?
Which is what people say about Orton now, which is sleep.
Yeah, we had 11 votes for sleep, didn't we?
11.
Which is pretty understandable because the match we feel is going to be pretty boring with Orton in it.
I would have voted for Punk because he's got the upper hand in this. Because Punk's got Nexus, he's got the usual weapons. Yeah, Orton's got the choice weapons, but I think it's more for Punk, the weapons.
Yes, yeah. I'm definitely expecting Nexus to get involved, but one thing I am definitely expecting is Orton to win.
Well, talk about Orton's win. We have that Mason Ryan. Mason Ryan could either do 2 things. I've been thinking about this over the last couple of days.
Another one of your bold predictions, NJ?
Pretty much.
Of course, only on this show will you get bold predictions such as this. Go on, NJ. Enlighten us.
Well, he could take out Punk because of that little tension they had. You know, you saw that on Raw. You saw that they were not happy with each other. Or he could actually help Punk to win 1 match, and then maybe on Raw do the attack.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm going to say it's going to be a Orton win.
Yeah, I do hope CM Punk wins just because someone needs to beat Orton. Why not make it CM Punk? You know, he's a great wrestler.
Because if Punk, let's say Punk wins, that's going to give him the push because he's actually been one of the only ones to beat Orton, and that can maybe help Punk on Raw.
Yeah, and also, let's face it, the best thing about this match is the rivalry is finally going to end.
There's no way they can bring it back unless they do some stupid get-together show.
Orton's now on SmackDown and Punk's now on Raw, so that has to end, which is good. So that's our thoughts on that match. Sleep will definitely win here. We better get our pillows and duvets ready for that match, I guess.
Would be an idea.
On that note, then we'll move on to the next match, which is Edge's brother, best friend Christian, versus Alberto Del Rio in a ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. NJ, what did the British Fist vote for on Facebook?
We'll say straight up straight away first before I say the results. It's fixed. I'll tell you why. We have Christian with the highest amount of votes, 11. Christian, and we have with Del Rio only 4.
Yeah. Why was it fixed?
Well, I'm saying it's fixed basically because we have Edge,
who's
left,
yeah.
And that's basically saying, now we need something special performance for Lady to Edge in some way to win, which is Christian.
Well, with Edge's retirement, you know, it is kind of like a sentimental win, which would be understandable, and Edge would have some sort of input into this, I guess, as he was the person being replaced in the match.
Yeah, I don't like that whole as I call it fix. I don't like it because I think Alberto's missed many opportunities to should have won the title.
But I mean, the thing is with this match, it seems very predictable at first because Alberto's just moved to Raw. You know, Christian's on SmackDown. They're not going to move. They're not going to have the 2 main event titles on one show. So
even though I would really like the World Heavyweight back on Raw, just because it's a better title, and I think it will look better on some of the wrestlers that are now on Raw than the stupid. Well, now it's an M belt.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Can I just make another bold? Well, it's not really a bold prediction, but something which I might think, if Christian does win, expect Edge to come out at the end to sort of like congratulate him and say, you know, you fulfilled your destiny, even though that's, you know, Alberto's little saying.
True, and I think because they're going to use Edge as much as they can while he's still about somewhere, so I think, him coming out would be a bit more usage.
I expect that to be a decent match, especially with the ladder match. We all know Christian's history in ladder matches, so I expect it to be a decent match.
And I'm hoping the ladders get used in real fancy ways by Christian. Yeah. I
mean, it is Extreme Rules. We do expect weapon usage, something which we're thinking might not happen too much in the pay-per-view.
No,
it's a PG.
That's true, very true. And it's towards about the show, I'm thinking maybe we'll get a bit of interference from Alberto's, I'll say old friend now, from some shows, Rhodes Clay.
Maybe Ricardo Rodriguez too.
If he tries.
We all know how good he is at holding onto people's legs.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, on that note, of course, we'll move on to what is going to be, unfortunately, the main event. Can I say, before we move on to the Christian and Del Rio match, especially with the Edge touch there, you know, it would be a great way to end the show, which means I think it would be a good main event. But they're definitely going to use this as the main event because of
this one,
Mr. Cena, of course.
Oh dear.
In this, the main event we believe that's going to happen is going to be Miz versus Cena versus John Morrison. Yes, in a triple threat steel cage match for the WWE Championship. NJ, votes please.
I'm going to start with the lowest base because I'm kind of a little bit surprised with these votes.
Yeah.
We have Morrison with
Yeah.
zilch.
Can I just say, I was going to vote Morrison, but I don't think he has a chance. Despite the fact that I put Morrison marked number 1, of course.
That's very true, because obviously it could have been another chance for Morrison to shine.
He will shine.
But sadly, in this match, he's not going to win.
He will definitely shine.
But yeah. Cena, only one.
We'll find that one person, though, don't worry.
And I'm thinking, yeah, we would like it to be zilch, but I'm thinking more people should be voting Cena because he's the obvious winner, you know. Yeah. But then we have Miz with 8.
I think a lot of people are logical out there thinking, you know, why would they have a triple threat match? And, you know, they have Morrison. Obviously, they're going to have someone like Morrison there to be pinned by The Miz. Although I do expect Morrison to have a good showing, at least one decent spot, as we've seen him do at Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble, of course.
Yeah. Again, this match not made me go, wow, come on, I'm looking forward to this. Like, if Morrison had more of a likely chance of winning, maybe I'll be more excited for this match, but I don't see them giving Morrison the title in this match.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I see Miz pinning Morrison, and so to make Cena not look weak going into like another rivalry or something, or even still with Miz again, which would, screw me, piss me off so much.
I think I was talking about before the video. If Cena was to win, which he won't, if he was to win, we did have that rumour or we read something about him versus Alberto Rio, and that's the only way Alberto Rio is going to get back in the title picture while Miz is still a heel.
Yeah, because Miz is the top heel on Raw, so you know it would get him back in, I guess.
That's the only way to happen. But if not, we're going to have Miz retain and then go on and lose at another pay-per-view.
Yeah. So Miz clearly for me is going to win this. If anyone else wins it, I'll be so surprised, especially if Morrison won it.
Yeah, that'd be really good. We're all waiting, all of us, I'm sure, even the people that don't really like Morrison, are still waiting for him to hold the title.
Also, 2 more things, MJ. Firstly, do you expect interference by R-Truth?
R-Truth, I think...
Give us your turn as rivalry with John Mo.
I think he'll wait on Raw. I think he'll wait until Raw to attack.
And also, can you give these people your opinions on a steel cage match with the use of the door and stuff?
Okay, in the past, we've seen the cage being used as just a normal single match with a cage around it, like pin, submit, which I thought was stupid.
Yeah.
And the door... Oh my gosh, they should just have a cage without a door.
You know, I could just go through the door there. That'd be so easy if I wanted to.
Yeah, so I think
have them escape. It would be good if they have them escape.
Yeah, that's what the way I would love the cage to be. Just escape, because that's different.
Yeah.
A pin-in match, it's just a single match in the cage, which sucks. Escape to the door makes the match so much simpler. So get rid of the door, get rid of the pinning and submission. I do hope
they use the steel cage though. You know, with it being Extreme Rules and stuff. It's a great chance for them to use like a weapon in the cage. So
I'm going to take one bold prediction. You just hit me. We all know, that John Morrison is the one who likes to do fancy stuff in matches.
Starship pain off the top of the cage.
That's what I can see. We all think, yes, he's going to win. Climb down, climb down. What are you doing? And then he just
who's up there? Oh right, you're talking about Morrison.
Yeah, Morrison does his finish. He could have climbed down, instead he jumps off, and then moves, and he's lost.
You sounded like you've always watched the movie already.
Well, I'm taking a big guess, because I think we're all going to see John Morrison having that big chance of winning, but this he's like John Cena or Miz laying up flat, and then he thinks,
Another bold prediction there from MJ.
Yeah, sad. Then I'm going to say, John Morrison, you could have won. Yeah, but anyway,
right,
yeah.
That's been our predictions on that match. But what are MJ? What are your thoughts overall on the pay-per-view with regards, it being any good? The pay-per-view itself being Extreme Rules, weapon use, stuff like that.
Well, at this moment in time, I'm disappointed. This pay-per-view has not got me excited for any of the matches. But weapon usage, I think there's a few matches that they could be using quite simply. So I'm thinking they're going to make most of the weapons as much as they can in this PG era, just to give us some enjoyment out of it.
Which means there won't be much weapon usage.
I think they will, but not in as strongly as they have in the past.
Yeah, I agree with that. To me, there's too much of a continuation from WrestleMania. A lot of these feuds have built their foundations from WrestleMania, which I think should have been the end of a couple of feuds. Most rivalries should have finished by now. There's not going to be as much weapon use as we think. The matches look good on paper, but probably won't be as good in practice, if you know what I mean. And the big problem for me is that there's no definite mid-card title match, which kind of ruins it a little bit.
No, that brings us on the other point we were going to bring up, is Wade should be involved here.
Definitely.
It would have been great for Wade.
Or Sheamus.
Well, unless that match gets put on. But yeah, so Wade, he could have defended his title and had a good match. We could have maybe seen more of a core breakup if more core members got involved in this pay-per-view, but sadly the WWE haven't chosen to have them in.
And also, kind of like Elimination Chamber, this pay-per-view is sadly kind of predictable, but in a silly way, unpredictable too, if you know what I mean, because of the draft.
Well, if they do go down the unpredictable way instead of predictable, I think it'll be awesome. If they make the wrong person that we've said win, yeah, I think it'll make it great, but then they have to have a reason for picking them, which sadly I don't have any other reason than making it predictable.
But the chances are they will go down the predictable route.
Could do, but I just see the prediction we've made. Yeah, we made the reasons behind the right reason. So yeah,
as a man with a lot of faith in WWE, NJ, you know, you always have a positive outlook, which is what's so great about you.
Thank you.
Really. Anyway, that's been our overall thoughts on Extreme Rules. Unless NJ, you have anything else to say that you want to add?
Again, we'll watch the pay-per-view.
Yep.
We'll probably enjoy some of it, but overall, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens after the pay-per-view.
On Raw.
On the Raw.
And also watch out for our review as well, which is going to appear after Extreme Rules finishes.
Yeah.
That's been it from our preview. Thank you very much for watching. If you've reached this 21-minute mark, of course, having 15 videos longer than 15 minutes is so awesome. Isn't it?
It is.
Anyway,
It helps a lot.
Thank you guys for watching and for answering the questions on Facebook too. We very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and goodbye.